Lucamus Prime here, so it's time for another ranking video today, this time not for a franchise or movies, but this time for video games. And today, I thought I would do a special ranking video where I rank all the video games that I got that came out in 2020. So for those of you who do not know, the video games I got that were released in 2020 were Marvel's Avengers, that's the first one I got, Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, FIFA 21, Transformers Battlegrounds, and Cyberpunk 2077. So, what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to rank all these games from best to worst in my personal opinion. So this is my personal opinion, so if you disagree with me, that's totally fine, because it's your opinion, but please respect my opinion just like I respect yours. So let's start with my favourite game of 2020. I'm going to definitely go 100% with Watch Dogs Legion. I really love this game so much. 10 out of 10. I love this. The open world is beautiful. It takes place in London. It's really amazing. And I gotta say, because I have been to London several times, guys, I've gotta say they've really got it right. You know, the detail and all that. Like, it's so insanely accurate. I'm not kidding. And you know, as well, you get to play as, you know, a total of 45 people that you can choose by recruiting them in London. Like, it's incredible how you can do that. It's brilliant. It's very good. The story's also really good too. And the open world activities, there's a lot of side quests, which is brilliant, so we'll keep one for a very long time. I really love this game so much, and I can't wait for its DLC as well, which is coming out, where you get, you know, 4 brand new characters, one of which being Aiden Pearce returning from the first Watch Dogs, and Rent returning from Watch Dogs 2, so I'm very excited about that. And the other is a telepath, and the other is Darcy, a character working in the Assassin's Creed franchise, so it's like a non-canonical crossover with Assassin's Creed. So yeah. Now, speaking of Assassin's Creed, guys, my second favourite game of 2020 has to definitely be Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I love this game too. It's got a beautiful open world which takes place in Viking England and also parts of Norway as well. I also get to visit Asgard too, because as suggested by the idea of, you know, the Viking era, it does have elements of Norse mythology in it. So yeah, so you do get to see Asgard and Thor and Loki and all that, really, and Odin. So yeah, it's very good. Is it as good as my favourite Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed 2? Not really, doesn't really add up to it in my opinion, but I mean, the main character, Eivor, I think he's better than the 2 siblings in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And one thing I do also love about this game is, unlike the recent ones, which are Origins and Odyssey, which began the new gameplay format, I do like how it's got more gory, and you can actually cut off limbs and decapitate people, you know. It's a good new detail, which is what you need, because it's a very dark Assassin's Creed franchise. So yeah, it's good how they've finally included that. So yeah. And I love how you can do raids with your crew, which is very good. And you also have your own place you can stay in, which is called, I think it's called Ravensthorpe, I believe, in Viking England. And you can actually upgrade the buildings and build stuff. It's very good. I do like that addition. It's very good. And there's tons of side quests you can do as well, and also lots of, there's also characters you can hunt as well, but you've got to level up. And I do like the skill tree as well. You got lots of skills to acquire, so it keeps you playing really. It's very addictive, and I love this game, yeah. I like it more than, you know, Origins and Odyssey, mainly because of this gameplay improvement. But to be honest, guys, I still kind of like Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origins more than Eivor. I just do, really. Even though, in my personal opinion, my favourite assassin of all time is Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2. So if that's Valhalla, guys, I do love that game. And I give that probably like 9.5 out of 10, really, I guess. Because, you know, I mean, it is a great game, yeah. Just doesn't really add up to Assassin's Creed 2. One thing I do like about it more than Odyssey is that it actually feels like an Assassin's Creed game, because unlike Odyssey, you can actually hide in the haystacks this time. You don't fall out of them automatically, which I do like. How they brought that back as well. And also how the opening, how it shows your character running in like that eternal atmosphere place before the game starts. They didn't have that in Odyssey, which I was disappointed about, but luckily they brought it back in Valhalla, which was very good. So yeah, I mean, Odyssey as a whole felt like a remake of God of War, but Assassin's Creed style, and also a video game remake of the 300 movie. So yeah. Anyway, guys, my third favourite game of 2020 would have to be Cyberpunk 2077, which I give an 8 out of 10 to. When I heard about this game, I was very excited for it. We've been waiting a very long time for it, yes. And I gotta say, I was really hyped for it, especially because of the trailers. And but to be honest, guys, I would agree with some people that, you know, there is far too many glitches. I can definitely agree to that because I've played the game and I have spotted them. For example, sometimes the screen gets a bit, you know, blue when you're playing, which really got on my nerves because I couldn't see what was going on. In addition to that, when I was driving the cars in the game, sometimes the game freezes, so I'm like, oh no, have I got to restart my game? But luckily, it cuts back into playing the game before I can do anything. So that's good. However, the good things about the game, you know, the graphics are great, I will say that. And of course, guys, I do also love this game for what it is because it stars my favourite actor, Keanu Reeves, in a role as a believed to be deceased rock star called Johnny Silverhand, who's like a cyborg, yeah. And I gotta say, even though my favourite role by Keanu Reeves to this day is Neo, I think Johnny Silverhand, he does a great job playing Johnny Silverhand in this game. And the rest of the cast also does a great job as well, especially who you get to play as V, because you can customise V to be either male or female, and both the actors do a great job playing V. And so does the rest of the cast too. So yeah, that's Cyberpunk. I mean, and the open world is also beautiful too. Night City, very futuristic. I do love the open world. It's really amazing. But lots of activities you can get up to as well. Lots of side quests and other things you can do. Which you can do. It'll keep you going. And now my fourth favourite game of 2020 would have to be FIFA 21, which I give also an 8 out of 10 to. So if all you don't know, I am a soccer or football fan, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's why I got this game, and yeah, and so yeah. For what it's worth, you know, it's better than FIFA 20 in terms of the graphics, yes. The graphics are definitely improved. They really are. And I think they also added more stadiums too, instead of the fictional ones, which I'm happy about. But unfortunately, my biggest problem with the game, which is why I give it 8 out of 10 and not 10 out of 10 or anything like that, is because they got rid of my favourite commentator team, being Martin Tyler and Alan Smith, who've been in the series since, like, you know, was it FIFA 08, I believe, or FIFA 09? And they got rid of them. So now all it is Derek Ray and Lee Dixon, sadly. I mean, I don't mind listening to them two, but Martin Tyler's my favourite commentator of all time. And I miss him talking with Alan Smith about the game. I was disappointed that they got rid of them. I don't know why they had to do that at all. I mean, if they couldn't have them record new commentary, they could have just used the old commentary, couldn't they? Like, because they've recorded so much for, you know, a decade. So, yeah, I don't know why they had to get rid of them. So, yeah, I was disappointed about that. And also, there are some clubs which are missing from the game, but that's understandable because of the licensing, which I totally understand. It's fine, I guess, really, because of licensing. Hopefully they'll return in future games, maybe. And there are also some stadiums which are also missing despite being in previous games. For example, the Allianz Arena, which is where Bayern Munich play. That's also not in the game. It's not been in the series since FIFA 20, I believe, which I'm disappointed about. But it's because of licensing, which is fine, I guess, really. And the same can be applied to Nou Camp in Barcelona, where FC Barcelona play. But nonetheless, though, I do enjoy playing FIFA. I play it every day. And just so you guys know, the only club I play as is my team, Manchester United. It's the only team I support. And I feel like if I play another team, I'm betraying them. So yeah, I'm that loyal of a supporter. Then my fifth favourite game of 2020, guys, would have to be Marvel's Avengers. And I will say that it does have its good moments, yes, but I think the game as a whole is mediocre. The reason why is because I think the plot is very predictable, especially with regards to Cap, because for those of you who are wondering, you know, what happens in the story, who wants to be spoiled, Cap apparently dies at the start of the game in the first mission. But then later on, he comes back. Very predictable, isn't it? So very predictable. And also, another thing as well that I also do dislike as well is how Hawkeye is not in the main game at all. I don't know why because he's one of the original 6 Avengers and he's not in the game's main story mode. He's only in the DLC coming soon, which I'm disappointed about, because he deserves the attention. So, at least in the DLC though, I mean, it's better than not being in the game 100%, isn't it? And I will say the voice cast also do a good job too as their characters, you know, a big departure from the MCU actors, yes. Although, the thing is though, they do bring back the original voices for Thor and Black Widow, being Joyce Willingham and Laura Bailey, as their characters. So they do come back. Whereas I believe the rest of the cast is brand new at their roles, I think. I'm pretty sure about that. But nonetheless, And I also will say this game also made me like Kamala Khan's version of Miss Marvel more than I used to, because I didn't know much about it before I played this game. But when I play this game, I do like her more now. She's actually my favourite incarnation of Miss Marvel, believe it or not, guys. Yeah. And the graphics are also okay too. I'm not going to lie, the graphics are very good. And the fighting is also okay too. Even though, to be honest, guys, I like to play as Iron Man the most because he's my favourite Avenger. And the final battle, the fight with MODOK is okay. I'm not going to lie, it's okay when you're fighting MODOK. But he brings like a Kree Sentry, and I was very disappointed that you don't get to have like a massive fight with a Kree Sentry. You just press prompt buttons, that's it. As Miss Marvel, I believe, if I remember correctly. Like, there's no like massive health bar you've got to deplete. It's just a prompt button thing you've got to do, which I was disappointed about. So yeah, that's why, guys, I give the Avengers game a 7 out of 10. You know, graphics are great, voice cast is great, and gameplay's okay, but yeah, I've got issues with it, basically, which is that, really. And now we get down to my number one least favourite game of 2020, which completely let me down, which I was disappointed with. It's definitely Transformers Battlegrounds. Like, oh god, I do not know what happened with this game. I really don't know. Okay. Is there anything good about this game? Well, in my personal opinion, the voice cast, for those you don't know, is actually the cast from the Cyberverse show, believe it or not. So you've got Jake Tillman-Fushi as Optimus Prime, Mark Thompson as Megatron as well, and many others from the show as well. But yeah, but what I don't like is the gameplay at all, because, you know, I was expecting it to be like, you know, the Transformers Cybertron games, or the games based on the movies, where, you know, it's a game where it's like a 360-degree camera angle, and you get to move on, and you can transform at any time you want, and it's combat, you know, against Decepticons or Autobots, depending on what side you play as. But nope. It's basically like a top-down view, you know, kind of, where you've got to, like, you know, tap, like, a square on the map to move your Transformer to. So I'm like, so you can't play as a Transformers? What is this? That's why, guys, you know, after playing this, right, you know, I was disappointed, so that's why, you know, I stopped playing it. I was really disappointed. I thought it'd be better. I mean, if you guys like it, that's totally fine, but I did not like it, I'm sorry. That's why I give it a 5 out of 10. I mean, the graphics are, okay, are good, you're not going to lie, and the voice cast are good, but that's about it, really, for the good things. I was so let down by Battlegrounds, really. Anyway, guys, this is me doing my ranking of the video games I got in 2020 from best to worst in my personal opinion. So, you know, drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to leave comments as well. What games you got that came out in 2020. Tell me how you drank. Let's see you guys would rank the games that you got which were released in 2020. Also, be sure to join Team Prime by pressing subscribe for more videos coming in the future. And I will see you all later.